aside, what is the property angle that we're looking at? Had there been issues with the staff and Sonali earlier as well?
The issue is this man was staying with her since 2018 till date as a shadow, right? He was a PA, he was a private secretary, he was a caretaker, everything, right from arranging her appointments to everything. And to the extent that he made all the family members of her family to keep her away from them. He finally, in a way, he took over her for all practical purposes. Now, the thing is that 6 acres of those farmland, which is a prime property on Hisar Sirsa Road in a Bandur village, that costs around 20 crore rupees. And there is one more, resort added to it in 2 acres, which is, in partnership with the gentleman called Mr. Sudhir Sangwan. Now, the other person whom your correspondent was indicating, he is Sukhjinder from Bhiwani district. He is a postmortem.
True.
Then, till next 12 hours, they didn't take the possession of the telephone, and the accused kept using the telephone of the deceased. Now, once the police says and claims the same theory that this is a cardiac arrest, suspicion arises for the very simple reason that this man Sukhjinder from Bhiwani is very close to the person who has a business interest in Goa.
Okay.
He is having a large casino, and he is a MLA who is supporting BJP right now in Haryana government. He has his own individual party with one MLA. I would not like to name him. Everybody knows it. Now, the thing, Ridhima, is if at all the government wants to get into the depth of the whole saga, now it is a two states theory. And believe you me, there is one case registered in Hisar now. Immediately after her murder, once she was, taken to hospital, this man, Ravinder Sangwan, calls one of her accountant at her farmhouse and tells her to remove all those, CCTV footage, that remove all those laptops and all documentary evidences from her farmhouse.
Okay.
See,
Hemant, I'll just request you to stay on with us. We're also now getting the first visuals of the accused who are in custody as far as the Goa police is concerned. And these are staff members that we are speaking to you about of Sonali, who had been with Sonali for quite a few years, possibly had their eye on as far as her cash and property is concerned. But it looks like that this is just a very sketchy detail that we know. There are deeper political links possibly as to the mystery of the death of Sonali Phogat. I'll just request Hemant to stay on with us. I quickly want to go back to Herman also. Herman, we stay with those visuals coming in from Goa where we can see the accused. I quickly want to talk to you about what has the postmortem said. What have they concluded as the cause of death? Okay, we seem to have lost that connection with Herman, but we'll try and get him back because that's very crucial, where the postmortem speaks about blunt injuries, forceful injuries, which were caused to her body. So we'll try and get more details of what happened in the last few moments before the death of Sonali Phogat. But let me quickly go back to Hemant Atri. Hemant, because you were saying that, there possibly were some issues with the staff and Sonali earlier also. At some places, the staff had shown Sonali to be his wife, certain properties also possibly under their name. So why didn't Sonali raise any red flag then?
See, Ridhima, what was happening was on the fateful night of Monday, she called her family members and she told them that everything is not right here. They have injected some poison in form of some food or something like that. Her mother was also worried. Her sisters were also worried. At that night only on the Monday, and after 4 hours, she was given with this poison in a liquid form. And as far as you were asking about the postmortem and scientific investigation thing, I'll add 3 points. One, it has been categorically mentioned in the postmortem that there are multiple blunt injuries found on her body. That is point number 1. Whether they are cause of death or not, that is yet to be established. Doctor has kept it with him. There are 2 further more points. One is histopathological investigation of the thing. They have taken her viscera samples, body parts, which will be, get taken into the scientific laboratory, and they will get into what kind of poison was taken, what kind of things were there,
True.
How her body was smashed, or what were the kind of blunt injuries there. And then the kind of poison which was given, that has again to be chemically analyzed. So these are the 3 steps which will establish and fully and finally the intent after this murder.
Absolutely.
That is something bigger, Ridhima,
exactly.
than many other
That
things.
is what I said, that actually is the larger concern as to why did they want Sonali dead. Was it just cash? Was it just property? Was it some sort of altercation? Those kind of questions still remain unanswered. But I believe Herman Gomes is now back with us. Herman, we stay with those visuals of the accused now being taken for their medicals. What essentially I was trying to understand is, what do we know so far as far as the postmortem is concerned? Because that's going to be very crucial for us to piece together as the cause of death.
Well, Ridhima, right at the onset, the family had clearly stated that there was a foul play involved and they would wait for the post-mortem report to come out from the Goa Medical College, which is one of the most dignified institutions led in Goa. And when the final report did come out, it clearly pointed out that there was a second opinion needed because there was blunt, forceful injuries to her physical body, which clearly points out that there was physical assault involved. After that, her brother, in fact, came out to the local press and he said, "I'm satisfied with the report, and right from the onset, I've been stating that my sister was, in fact, physically abused." After that, prior to that, the Goa police said that it was a case of cardiac arrest. But with what confidence did they say so while they were still awaiting for that, for the report coming in, from the post-mortem report as well as the viscera report, as the guest in the bulletin has been speaking about. After that, the family said they were completely satisfied. And now you have the entire Goa police coming out forward before the press and stating that no, her drink was spiked. We are looking at the visuals where clearly she was, not in a, she was not in a, she did not have the ability to move forward. And here we have two of her trusted members who the family members have been stating that one of them is linked to a former Haryana minister who's known for almost all wrong reasons, as well as the place where she was found.
Correct.
So why is it? So was advantage taken off? She must have gone there because she trusted her.
Correct.
Those are questions being raised as part of investigation. As far as the FIR and just going by the investigation, they have clearly said there is common intention that was led between two of her staff members. But who were these staff members? What were they supposed to gain? Were they under the influence of a larger member who was clearly not being pointed
exactly
out?
The questions that I was asking
and most importantly, Ridhima, with what confidence did the Goa police first say that this was a case of cardiac arrest while they were still awaiting for a post-mortem report?
Absolutely. Hemant, those questions still remain unanswered. I'll actually request you to stay on with us. I'll request Hemant also to stay on with us. We have to take a very short commercial break, but we're coming back and discussing this story further.